Okay, let's begin. Let's look at the example I have here and solve it together. Example here says the remainder upon division of the polynomial 8x cubed minus 2x squared minus 3x plus 2 by 4x minus 3 is. Option A here says 17 over 4. Option B minus 17 over 4. Option C 2. And the last option, which is D, none. So right now, we are going to solve this problem together in order to determine the right option here. To start with, before we bring the Casio calculator, we are going to make x in this linear function the subject of the formula. To make x the subject of the formula, this minus 3 will cross over the equality sign and change to plus 3. So when you get to this point, you then divide both sides of the equation by 4. When you divide both sides by 4, x will now be equal to 3 over 4. So at this point, let's bring the Casio calculator we use to complete solving this question. Okay, the first thing we will do on the calculator will be to clear the calculator. Very important to avoid unnecessary error, because you might not remember whether you have performed a previous calculation on the calculator. So to avoid unnecessary error, to clear your doubts and to be at a safe side, you are advised to clear the calculator before you begin to solve a new question like this. Okay, to clear the calculator, you simply press Shift button 9 and follow the instruction. We want to clear all, you press 3, you press equal to, and equal to again. So right now we have cleared the calculator. The next thing we will do will be to store this value of x 3 over 4 in the calculator as x. So to do that, you press the number is in fraction, you make use of this button 3 over 4, then press Shift, this button ROCL stands for store, then the alphabet X, this button. So once you do it, this will indicate that 3 over 4 has been stored as x in the calculator. Having done this, the next thing we will do, you wipe it, will be to impute this polynomial function as it is appearing here exactly in the calculator. So let's begin. We have 8x cubed. To bring out x, we press alpha first, alpha, the button for x. So you need to press alpha before pressing x button. If you just press s alone without pressing alpha, s will not come out unless you press alpha before pressing the s button. So there we have 8x cubed. You make use of this power button. You come down minus 2x squared, which is alpha x squared, minus 3x alpha x plus 2. Okay, that's it. That's exactly what we have here. So let's press equal and see what we get as an answer. Okay, 2. So the answer to this question is option C, which is 2. So 2 is the answer to this question. Is as simple as that. Whenever you are given a polynomial function like this and you are asked to divide it with a linear function, just make x in that linear function the subject of the formula and use the value of x to divide the polynomial function with the calculator. Very, very simple.
So this question we have here is a very tricky question, but I'm going to show you guys how you can still solve this kind of problem with the Casio calculator easy and fast. So let's look at the question. It's under factor and remainder theories of polynomial. The question says, given that in bracket s squared minus 1 is a factor of s cubed plus as squared minus x plus b, when the expression is divided by x minus 2 in bracket, the remainder is 15. Find the values of a and b. Okay, now the very first thing you have to do, this is our dividend, s cubed plus as squared minus x plus b. Okay, then this is the divisor is x minus 2. As usual, the output will be our quotient, but we are not asked to find the quotient. Okay, so we are looking for the values of a and b, that when you plug it at the numerator and divide it with x minus 2, you get a remainder of 15. Okay, so as usual, this x minus 2 you equate it to 0 and then make x the subject formula. When you do it, x will be 2. Okay, now that x is now 2, what you are going to do next will be to look at our options. You are going to be substituting the values of a and b with these values we have in the options respectively. So firstly, let's take our a to be 2 and our b to be 7. Let's substitute a and b with 2 and 7 and see what it's going to give us. So let's get a Casio calculator. So firstly, on a Casio calculator, we will only need to store 2. So to store 2, let's clear very important. Shift button 9 for the instruction. So we have cleared the calculator now. So to store 2 on this calculator, you press the value first, shift this button, x. So it has stored as indicated here. Just press shift this button, LCL, then x, it will store the value. So now that we have stored 2 on this calculator, let's use it to evaluate the dividend of the polynomial, which is s cubed alpha x cubed. We press shift this, it will come out. Okay, plus, remember we are taking our a to be 2. Okay, so we have 2 x squared alpha x squared minus x alpha x plus b. We are taking our b to be 7. Okay, so we want to use it to check if we're going to get an output of 15 as a remainder. Remember, we stored 2 as x. Okay, so that means x is representing 2 here. Okay, very important. So now that we have represented the polynomial, this is the cubic polynomial. Okay, having stored x as 2, let's now press equal and see if we're going to get 15 as our output. Okay, 21. So the values of 2 and 7 when used to replace a and b didn't give a remainder of 15. So that means we are going to check option b. This time around, we are going to take our a to be, this is a, let me write it way. So this time around, we're going to take our a to be -1 and our b to be 13. So let's go again. The 2 is stored, is still valid. Okay, so right now let's impute alpha x cubed. Okay, so we have plus, this time around our a is -1, so we're going to have minus s cubed, minus s squared rather, then we have minus x alpha x and plus 13. So that's what we have there. Okay, so right now let's press equal to and see if we're going to have an output of 15 as the remainder. Okay, 15, so correct. The right option is option B. So this is basically how you can deal with this tricky problem involving long division of polynomial. Okay, hope you learned something interesting from this video. So if you are new to the channel, ensure you hit the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Also like, share and comment on this video. Tell me how you feel for what you have learned from this class. If you seem to have any specific questions to ask regarding this video, feel free to leave your question at the comment section below and I will ensure to give you a response. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will see you in my subsequent video. So don't forget to reset your calculator once you are done. So quickly reset, just press shift button 9, follow the instruction, press record, and the calculator will be reset. Okay, so that's it.